everyone. Here's 3 ways that you can use Profit Protector Pro to help increase your chances of just making sales and clearing out your stock. Now, obviously, we don't want to hold on to our stuff forever. Now, we can take that in the sense of we just don't want to have a load of stuff sat in the warehouse for a long time. And we could also be thinking of it in a storage fee sense, because the longer we have something in storage, the higher the storage fees get. And that might matter to some more than it does others, but ultimately if we can avoid that, that is the best thing. So we don't want to be holding on to stuff forever. Now, here's 3 ways that we can help increase our chances of just making those sales and clearing out our stock. Now, bear in mind, when you are focusing on sales, you will be basically sacrificing a bit of profit potential there. But obviously, the benefit of using Profit Protector Pro is that it will try and find that happy medium where you can still make some good money on your items as well as making sales. But obviously, with the way that I'm about to advise you now, it will be completely sales focused. So I'm talking about choosing the right strategy. Now, there's 2 here that I can recommend. So either one of the aggressive strategies, and if you are going to ask me which one of the 2 for this scenario, I would just say go with Super Aggressive Dominator. It's the most aggressive strategy in the set that you have available in Profit Protector Pro. In a nutshell, this one will go just underneath the buy box, assuming that your minimum price allows for it to do its best to scoop up the buy box. It will then make these little bumps to the price upwards to try and make you more money. But obviously, if that's going to continually not work because Amazon say, nope, you can't have the price that high, not going to allow it, then it will make those bumps less frequently. It will adapt to the situation and ultimately focus on getting underneath, trying to scoop up that buy box as best as it can and trying to hold it for as long as it can. Okay, so either the super aggressive strategy, which again, you need your minimum price to be at least £1 or $1 or €1 underneath the buy box price. And the other one I would recommend would be something as simple as penny under buy box. Now, please bear in mind that due to the fact that this isn't an algorithmic strategy, you won't have any potential of moving that price upwards. So it might be worth trying this one initially and then this one, or maybe this one, then the super aggressive. It's completely up to you what way around you want to do that. But penny under buy box could be an option as well. Maybe penny under low FBA price. It's completely up to you. So one of these sorts of things, the penny under strategies, that could work. Again, your minimum price has to allow for this to even happen in the first place. And bear in mind, this is literally all the strategy will do. So once it wins the buy box, it won't do anything else. It will just sit there. The penny under is just a strategy to secure the buy box, and once it has the buy box, that it will just remain exactly where it is. It won't move up, it won't move down, it will stay stationary. If you happen to lose the buy box or it gets reallocated or whatever, it will then just go penny under again to try and secure it. So just bear that in mind. You are sacrificing any profit potential through using this, but it can just get the job done. It's completely up to you which one you want to do. Obviously, if you are merchant fulfilled, then you want the merchant fulfilled aggressive sales generator. That is your best bet for MF items. So it can be down to your strategy. The second thing I'm going to recommend is reassessing your pricing setup. Now, obviously, you don't want to necessarily tank a listing because that's not good for anyone. And especially if you are going to break even or below your break even, you risk making a sale for, zero profit, zero gain, or you make a loss. So please bear that in mind. But obviously it might be that you've got a really tight minimum and maximum parameter. So maybe you want to loosen that up a little bit and maybe lower the minimum a little bit more to, give you enough room to go down somewhat to hopefully win that buy box. It might be at a lower price and hopefully you can still make some money from that. I would say initially, if you're just looking to get rid of something, there still could be profit potential there, and maybe by lowering the price you can achieve some sales, but not for as high a price as maybe you're hoping, but you are making some profit at the end of the day. So if you do have a bit of a difference still between your minimum and your break even, maybe try meeting it halfway somewhere. So maybe go, say for example, there's a £5 difference between your break even and your minimum, perhaps try going $3 down initially, and then maybe lower it from there if you find that you still need to lower it. There's still hope for making some profit on the item, so maybe try that first. But if you just want to go all in and just get rid, then of course you can lower all the way down to your break even, and obviously that choice is yours. So just loosening up these pricing parameters can be a good thing. And last but not least, try an automation. Now you can copy this exactly if you want to. You can make an automation based on stock age. So I would say this is really the best automation to deal with things like this. And of course, the action that you set is completely up to you. So I would say that stock age makes the most sense in this scenario. And you can have a window for like each time window there. You can have them all set out in this automation. So it might be that you don't want to start here because you don't really want to get rid of anything in this window. Maybe you want it to start from around this point onwards. And I would say the most effective actions, I mean, to be fair, all of them make sense to some extent, but I would say the most effective actions here would be having it automatically decrease your minimum price, or potentially going a certain amount under the buy box or something like that. What you could also do as well is switch your strategy to aggressive. Like let's say you're on the cautious sales enhancer, for example. It might be at this point it then switches to the aggressive sales generator. Obviously when it comes out of this time window, it will then follow the next action along, and it will just keep moving along like that, like you're putting it on a conveyor belt. Once this window ends, the action you've set here will also come to an end because this scenario is no longer true, because it would be older than this time period here. If it's before 61 days, it will be looking at this action right here. So you can just keep going like that. How I had it set before I made that little change just there was I had it decrease the minimum price gradually. And obviously you all know what the safe parameters are for doing something like that. But yeah, you can match a certain price, you can go a certain amount under, you can go to a certain price. It could be that you just go right down to the minimum. Choice is completely yours, but you can have an automation set up like that if you find that useful. And then the great thing is you can do all three things at once. So if you want to maximize your getting rid of this stock potential, then have a super aggressive strategy, have an automation set, all at the same time, and you stand the most chance by combining all three together. But if you're just looking to do like one way initially, maybe start with your strategy, maybe then implement an automation, maybe then loosen up repricing. It's up to you what order you want to do that in, but those are three ways that you can help clear out your stock. Now, some of the things to bear in mind is obviously you could potentially be looking at an item that is experiencing a natural change. As we know, items come and go on Amazon. It could be that your item is now at the point where it is dying off, and unfortunately you're there at the dying off period of time where no matter what you do, trying to acquire some sales could be getting a bit harder because not many people are buying it anymore. Regardless of what you've seen before, you could be there at a turning point. It could also be as well that Amazon are really strict with how the buy box is being handled, and at that point, we all have to go with whatever it is that Amazon dictates. It's their platform, they're the ruler of it all. At the end of the day, if they decide that the buy box is going to be theirs and theirs only, and they want to make that decision, unfortunately there's nothing that anyone can do about that. It's just what Amazon have decided. But obviously you stand much more of a chance with having a repricing tool by your side than someone who doesn't have a repricing tool like this one by their side. So your chances are significantly increased by doing the sorts of things that I've recommended in this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this helps, and have a great rest of your day.